Everybody, Apollo here from beautiful Belgrade. Lean motherfucker t-shirt, wrestling file. This Sunday I watched the movie Dune, and there was a quote that really stood out for me that was, life is less of a mystery to solve, but a reality to experience. And this week I made a video about a young woman that I met that is working 100 hours a week at JP Morgan. And I would argue that doing that is actually really very easy. Sitting down 15, 16 hours a week working in a rather benign, meaningless job is not very difficult because the mind is busy, the mind knows what to do, there's a lot of stress, you're just running, and you're not really questioning in which direction you're running. On the opposite, working 1 or 2 or 3 hours per day or even per week on something that is very difficult is really hard on the brain because the mind wants to be busy, the mind doesn't want to question, the mind doesn't want to think. Like Warren Buffett that plays bridge all day and drinks Coca-Cola and then makes a really important decision for half an hour. It's really difficult because the mind thinks, I need to write a Twitter thread, I need to do an AMA, I need to be in Discord, I need to do this or that. And the age that we're living in, with infinite leverage that we're now enjoying soon with AI, your ability just to sit down and make a really important decision is gonna have endless impact. And I had a conversation with my friend Tugan this week, and he said that, he's just gonna stop all efforts in Web 2 or SaaS because Web 3 is just the biggest opportunity ever. And I think if you just sit down for yourself and let's say you stop working for a month and you sit down and you study history, you read some books, you're gonna realize wow, there's actually some stuff going on that is really quite concerning, right? Even if you don't look at Twitter, if you just read some books, if you just sit down, if you sit in the park for 2-3 hours a day, and if you're just not busy doing meaningless shit. And then the bet of saying, all right, probably AI is gonna be pretty fucking huge. All right, governments are weaker. Okay, politics are getting a bit weird. All right, there's a big gap between rich and poor. There's a lot of internal disorder. Okay, this is probably gonna result in some more heavy shit going on. Then the bet saying, I'm gonna stack up some Bitcoin and ETH. It's even a more clear bet. But for most people, they didn't even get that far of thinking about this stuff. And I think this is really what the current time is about. There's this quote that we featured in a recent newsletter that sometimes for years nothing happens, or sometimes in years weeks happen, and sometimes in weeks years happen. So it means that in some weeks you have years and decades of evolution or technological progress. And right now is really this time. So it is one of the most important times just to not be busy, throw social media away, remove yourself for 2 months of all plugs and all impulses and all responsibilities, and just sit down for yourself and look clearly at what's going on, and based on that make a bet informed based on what you see happening. And whatever that bet or that information might be, but I think currently we're really in an attention war. Everybody tries to put shit in your head and expects you to be able to think clearly, but it's really hard. So lean motherfuckers, greetings from Belgrade. It's a good week, it's a good time to remove yourself, think clearly, and then make some very strong, committed bets a la Warren Buffett, and don't get wrecked.